Damn, this last week was crazy. You really feel that we're getting close to the biggest gaming event of the year, E3, this time combined with the Summer Game Fest that of course already starts on June 10th, ahead of the E3 weekend. And really, if these new rumors turn out to be true, then these next few weeks will be on the same level, if not crazier than what we just had. So in this video, I want to go over the recent news, including the Dying Light 2 release date, the Xbox and Bethesda show that was confirmed, but also massive new leaks that hint at some very big new reveals that will happen very soon, including the reveal of Saints Row 5 and Dead Island 2 gameplay that I've been saying for a while, but I think we got a date now. Every Sunday we look at recent gaming news and trends, and I make predictions, and of course answer one of your questions at the end of the video as well. So if you like that, then a like would really help me out. And let's go. So right before recording the audio of this video, Koch Media announced a primetime gaming stream for June 11th, so the day after the Summer Game Fest kickoff and one day before the Ubisoft E3 press conference. And again, if you have been following the Sunday videos, then you know that I've been banging the drum for a long time regarding Saints Row 5, which we already know is in development. But yeah, they want to release it before April 2022, so revealing it now on June 11th seems like a really safe bet. And the same, by the way, for Dead Island 2, that is now in development by Dambuster Studios since August 2019, and you can know them from Homefront: The Revolution. So yeah, we won't have to wait that long to see these games in action. June 11 seems like a safe bet, and I will likely be live reacting to this show as well. And speaking of zombie games and shows, so we of course had that Dying Light 2 stream recently. I live reacted to it during the Horizon Forbidden West countdown, and I thought it was great. I really loved the setting of the stream, and the trailer they showed was long and revealed quite a lot. I like how you can get powerful loot if you go to Nest from Infected during day. It looks to totally slow down the otherwise fast-paced gameplay. The brutal melee combat with heavy weapons looks really awesome and better than, for example, in Cyberpunk. Although I do hope that they show some OG Xbox One and PS4 footage before launch, because it once again looks very ambitious, like in a positive way. So I'm curious how it runs on the older consoles, although in terms of graphics it doesn't look unrealistic for the older platforms at all. It launches on December 7th, later than I expected, and also really the final possible date of the year looking at the Christmas season. So a lot of delays for this one. I really hope it delivers. And we of course learned that Far Cry 6 is releasing on October 7th. I, by the way, have a ton of raw gameplay up on the channel, and also an Everything You Need to Know video with info I learned from a presentation I got for the game. Some key takeaways are that they want to focus more on stealth with some new gameplay elements. They are improving some things over Far Cry 5, and Chorizo is just the cutest. Again, I go in depth on all of this in that video, which I will link to in the video description, and expect way more content on Far Cry 6 with more exclusive details very soon. And Horizon Forbidden West is on track for this year, by the way, as well, even though we did not get a release date, which I kinda hoped at the end of the State of Play. So yeah, the second half of the year is slowly filling up. We know that Battlefield is going to be another big release for the fall, with a reveal still planned for June, so I expect the trailer for that very soon. And Imran Khan from Fanbyte, who has been right before, now hints at some games coming to PS5 that come sooner than we think, and that look very, very good and are jaw-dropping. So, some secret Sony games might be announced soon. High chance that one of them is Last of Us Remake. That could still be this year, although he might be hinting at some other stuff. But yeah, we will likely have to wait a little bit longer for that, because Sony is of course not part of E3. They will likely have their show a little later, like end of June, early July is still my bet. And I will touch on some big PlayStation related rumors coming from other studios in a moment here. But again, Sony itself will likely be later in the summer. No, Microsoft will be before that. They namely announced their show for June 13th. And I already mentioned a couple of times in Sunday videos Forza Horizon 5, which seems like a safe bet to still release this year. Halo is going to drop, of course, this holiday, so we'll get a big spotlight. But I'm personally more interested in how they're gonna reveal everything now that they have Bethesda as well. On a blog post, they note that it will be a 90-minute show, packed with everything you want to know about the Epic Gaming lineup, coming out of this partnership, so referring to Bethesda. The incredible games coming to Xbox this holiday, upcoming releases on Xbox Game Pass, and more. Last year's show that ended with Halo was 1 hour long, so this will be 30 minutes longer, but for an E3 presentation it's still quite short, especially now that Bethesda products are going to be showed as well. So don't expect every Xbox game that we know of, like Fable and Perfect Dark, the two that I'm actually the most curious about, to be there. They are also still far away, according to some insiders. So I can see them focus on the more imminent releases instead, including Starfield, that was actually teased in the promotional image for this event. We know it's not coming in 2021 anymore, but seeing more than this teaser with just a name will already be interesting. I really hope to see 12 Minutes, an indie game that has been at many Xbox events. Will it finally release this year? I hope so. The Hellblade 2 reveal was also a while back. Showcasing gameplay for that could be exciting now that Sony is kind of stealing the show with Forbidden West. Kojima and Xbox are in talks for his next game. That would be a big announcement for E3. I think it will be a fun one to watch nevertheless. I will be live reacting to this one of course as well. Curious if they will do the everything you see here is on Game Pass thing. That would of course be big. It will of course be a huge focus, the service. Maybe we will finally see some more Ubisoft games coming to the platform. Something that has been like rumored for a really long time now. On the PlayStation side, a big reveal this E3 season seems to be coming from Square Enix. Like, they're really in bed with Sony next to Final Fantasy VII Remake, which will of course get a DLC on PS5 on June 10th. Cannot wait for that, by the way. Totally expect a video on it. We got a new IP for Spoken, which looks very interesting. It's coming out in 2022. Final Fantasy 16 will of course be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. And well, seems like Final Fantasy Origin will join that roster as Fanbyte reports. This should be made by Team Ninja and is a new action RPG Final Fantasy spin-off which should play similar to Nioh or other games in the genre, so Dark Souls for example, but be more accessible for a wider audience. The rumor notes that we should get a demo for this game already this summer if everything goes according to plan. And this Fanbyte article was a response to an earlier rumor from Naftra, who has been right many times in regards to Sony and Square rumors. And once again seems to be correct. So this person a while back said, I believe we're getting 2 major Square Enix reveals this June. A PS5 exclusive Final Fantasy title, and a cross-gen Idols title. And that could very well be the Guardians of the Galaxy game we also have been kind of talking about a lot here during these Sunday videos. The last game from Idols was Shadow of the Tomb Raider in 2018, so 3 years ago. But we already heard about this Guardians game back in 2017, in January, so if it's being worked on, it's likely already pretty far in development. So an announcement is getting more likely each day, especially now with rumors that an Idols cross-gen game might be coming. Square will do an E3 event, it seems. We just don't know when it is, but I'm sure we will hear about it this coming week. An Outriders DLC announcement is totally in the cards. Maybe a look at the Black Panther DLC for Marvel's Avengers. Like, all that stuff is possible, but it's not time for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 yet, according to Naftra. And I can totally see why. They already seem to have a pretty packed lineup, because I even forgot to mention Life is Strange True Colors. E3 should be big for Japanese games. Dragon's Dogma 2 is another potential title that could be announced in the next couple of weeks. Like all the big Capcom games that we know of have released recently, so they might want to focus on what is next. And yeah, of course, if I talk about Japanese games, I have to mention Elden Ring. It seems like a safe bet because they want to like release it before April 2022. But we are hearing conflicting rumors, so I want to be surprised. I really hope it will be there. Bandai Namco, the publisher of Elden Ring, is a partner of Summer Game Fest, although they of course have a ton of other things to show, so could still be either way. And by the way, the Summer Game Fest Twitter account mentioned that they will have more partner announcements this coming week. And I know I don't really cover Nintendo here, but we will likely hear about the Switch Pro this coming week, or at least before E3, because developers want to announce their maybe Switch Pro exclusives at E3. So yeah, then you want to like reveal the hardware of course first. So Should be interesting. I think output to 4K, 7-inch screen is rumored now, less bezels, USB 3.0 port on the dock, and September or October release. So, should be interesting if you are a Nintendo fan. And I'm sure I missed a ton of things. I still think Jedi Fallen Order 2 will be announced, but that will likely be at EA Play on July 22nd. Of course, let me know you want to see in the comments down below. You can also leave a question in the comments down below that I might answer in the next Sunday video. The next Sunday video where I will likely dig deeper into more recent E3 rumors and of course discuss the recent news. And last week I got a question from Mohammed asking, will God of War 5 be only on PS5? And actually at first I thought, no, Horizon is on PS4, so I think the next God of War will also be on PS4 because it's supposed to launch a few months after Horizon, at least looking at the current timeline. But Naftra, who again has been right many times before, said in September 2020 the following. What I've been hearing for a while was that Miles, Sackboy and Horizon are cross-gen, Demons, Regit and God of War 2 are PS5 only. Okay, that's interesting, so maybe it's a PS5 exclusive after all, but looking at how good Forbidden West looks, and the fact that nobody can buy a PS5, and I don't think that, let's say God of War 5, or whatever you want to call it, comes out early 2022. I still think that's optimistic. Let's say it's May, like the previous game. I think it was April. I don't think the PS5s will be easier to get then, especially if a big game like God of War 2 comes out. So why do you want a system seller when nobody can go out and buy your system? I don't know if they were already working on a PS5 version of God of War, they can like downgrade it to PS4, but yeah, maybe things have changed. I think like it could go either way. I'm still of the camp that it will be cross-gen and that Spider-Man 2 will be the first PS5 exclusive game, but anything can happen, and I'll of course let you know here when we know more. Again, next Sunday video will likely go in depth on more E3 things, so let me know if you want to know anything or have questions in the comments down below. Subscribe for more Sunday videos, more coverage on Forbidden West, Far Cry 6 and all those other games that I really love to play and that I can't wait for. A like on the video would really help me out. And don't check out my previous video on Far Cry 6, going in depth on the things that I learned. You can watch it by clicking on the screen. For now, I'll speak to you next time and goodbye.